song to compose? Is it the lyrics or something else that interests you, inspires you to create the music?
I think like a listener. So when I do a soundtrack, when I do the next one, I imagine my product on the stove. What would interest a person within the constraints of what the movie demands, but yet having that irresistible factor, whether it's music or singers or lyrics or vision of the song. So that's what I do.
Thank you.
Next question. Anybody?
Assalamu alaikum sir.
Walaikum salam.
தமிழ் பத்திரிகை தினத்தந்தியில் இருக்கும்.
சொல்லுங்க.
இப்போ how do you feel about now that youngsters, இப்போ வர growing music directors and music trend, how do you feel about that? It's a healthy, the healthiest thing is going. ஒரு ஆரோக்கியமான சூழல் இருக்கா? எப்படி இருக்கு?
I think the past 4-5 years I've seen a lot of interesting evolution. They are interpreting with a lot of interpreting songs or interpreting ideas in a way that you can clearly see a goal. And some of them, not all of them, some of them are very, very promising. And even unknown people like on YouTube, when I see it, I feel very good about seeing the progress. The concern towards detail, articulation, all those things.
What's about Dubai audience, music lovers?
I've not heard many people out here, but I'm saying generally out here.
Any upcoming projects you were doing, sir?
Upcoming projects, Manilham's Carter Galilei, then Viceroy's House, the British film, on partition, and it reveals something very, very important, which could be a defining factor for unity more. And a film produced by Bonnie Kapoor called Mom. Then my concert movie called One Heart. It's the first movie from a production. And there's a virtual reality movie called Lay Musk, which is an English movie. And I forgot the name. The basics.
When can one expect a Malayalam movie?
Very soon.
Next question. Yes.
I'm from district Arima. You've been known to have having produced music that is really, really unique and has not yet been the kind of, I wouldn't say inspired or copied or elsewhere. So what is the next new thing that you're trying, maybe in Gurinder Jeta's Viceroy's House, because it's a movie on the partition and it's very different.
I think Gurinder, I worked with Gurinder for 3-4 years for a movie which developed from DreamWorks for Monkeys of Mumbai. So we known each other doing that. And then Gurinder's expectation was to have something very classic, very rooted at the same time international. And because it's a British producer, their expectations are very world sensibilities. So within that, whatever Indianness it would give, but yet have a universal sound for it. It's like a
Any particular instrument that you've used?
I've used the sarangi, then I've used the orchestra, like strings, brass. Then we used flute a lot, classic instruments.
And one more question, what's your take on the fusion that is happening all over the world? When all the genres of music are like getting together. So do you like that kind of music?
It is nice if it unifies people. It doesn't happen all the time. What do you mean? What are you referring to?
Yeah, maybe like the Indian with the western and the pop.
Music is a universal language, as you all know, and if people have the courage, they can do anything. They have to make it work. They should not waste other people's time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes.
Any more questions?
Lady out there.
Good afternoon, sir. It's a real pleasure to have you here. And one thing is, we all of us admire whenever you say "Ellam Pugarum Iraivanike." I come from Tamil FM. So, off late, Pathina, there are a lot of music songs that is a remake. For example, "Okay Janu Hama Hama." So, when you remake Edikrappa, you still have that same enthusiasm again, because first time Pantapo, there's a lot of energy and enthusiasm. And the you still enjoy doing it?
I didn't do the Hama Hama one.
I mean, when there's a remake of
I opted out because exactly the same reason. I didn't have any motivation to do that.
Right.
So somebody else, I mean, he gave it to Baksha, who interpreted it beautifully, and with a lot of love and passion and respect. So I liked it. And then Urvasi was done because we wanted to update the lyrics. We wanted to give it back to this generation.
Okay.
And that's the reason we did it again. And we asked people to write lyrics for that.
Great, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Next question.
After long 6 years, you were coming with a show in UAE. So what is the specialty of the show? And is there any space for the Arab music lovers? Any specialty there?
Oh, it's an interesting idea again. I might look into it. Specialty is, I'm doing music constantly. I'm not living on the past novels. I'm constantly trying to make songs which I feel happy about. And I'm working with interesting directors, new ones, old ones. So when I come for a show 6 years later, it'll have all the new numbers. It'll have a version of what we're interpreting, the old numbers, like, new reinterpretation.
Alright, thank you. Next question.
Meet people.
Sir, what is your expectation for about the next Oscar nomination?
No expectations. Because I think it's a combination of many things. The right movie coming in, and at that time, what are the movies which are competing? And is this movie giving the change which we all want? It's pure luck, I think.
Alright, any more questions? Okay.
Sir, your music has been evolving in the last 10 years. It doesn't sound anymore like the songs that you have been writing.
Good or bad?
No, it's definitely good. It doesn't sound anymore like the music you have been writing 10 years back. But you have remained the same. How do you keep yourself so young?
I left sugar a bit. I was eating a lot of sugar before. My mom has diabetes, so that changed a lot. No carbs, no rice. So these things, the past 2 years I've been following it on and off. Is that enough? Answer?
Next question.
Yes.
Sorry? They're just waiting to give it to a builder actually. Yeah, they're waiting to give the builder. And once they give it, you can buy houses there.
Sir, I will consult and recording in your studio. The rendering of Pathina, we are listening to the same song. Exactly.
Yeah.
What you are producing in that studio, the same listening in live concert. What is the difference? Yes.
Difference is that in the studio you don't even know where you're heading. In the concert you know the song. The song's released and people know it. So you have more confidence. When you're creating, you don't know whether it's right or wrong, or you have all these. Then it's tried and tested, given to people. And so you have more confidence.
Alright. We have someone behind with a question.
Excuse me there?
Yes.
It's great to see you are here in Dubai. Actually, I'm coming from our work, so I can express more about that. Really, we don't know Hindi, but it is kind of soul. I can say that. Rahman, when I hear you, it's great. Thank you for giving this chance to know more about this. All the time I meet with my friends, I say that Indian, it's a spiritual place. And the music can give this more. So thank you for this, Rahman. And my question is, how did the music help you more to discover yourself as a Rahman? And when you move to the movies and music for, films and that, it's like song by order. So it is difficult. It's like song by order. I don't know if it is okay, but it is difficult for you. That's then when you, move there in the industry.
As an artist, if you learn to express yourself through your art, these are just platforms. I can do this myself, but the impact won't be much because movie has this infrastructure where it reaches to millions of people, and I'm using that infrastructure, and they're using me. So this way, I have less trouble doing other things like promotion, because the movie is doing the promotion for me, the actors are doing this, the directors are doing it, the producers are doing it, and I just have to do my job. And that's the reason why I can churn out more work than an independent artist. So the independent artist has to go promote this song all over the place, play in clubs and this and there, and then that's when he comes up. But in movies, I've been able to sustain this due to recurring inspiration, which comes from the script, which comes from the director, which comes from the whole new team level.
What you're discovering yourself from? Well, I mean, by making music, do you know more Rahman as a disciple?
Yeah, you constantly evolve. The difficulty about creative arts is not to repeat yourself. You express the same thing, which is love, in different ways. And those ways you constantly keep discovering. Which one feels the love, which one has more emotion, which one connects to people. Because you can't repeat the same formulas, people get bored. You have to find ways, new ways of expressing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, do you think that the musicians or artists like you have any role or take in the social issues? If yes, what is your take on Jellicate, the recent issues which are going on?
I mean, I live in Chennai, and it's hard to ignore when something happens. So I just wanted to support the spirit of young people, where they needed that support, they needed that helping hand at that time, and I had the time to read and fast. Normally I don't have time. I have so much immersed in my work.
Then how do you feel the ongoing political turmoil in Tamil?
I don't know anything, I just returned from Canada. Anything I say, I just want to know once I go there. For the past 1 week I've been in Canada, and I've been doing something else.
All right, next question. That's it, yeah.
Sir, I'm a big fan. Sir, what is the Sri Lanka concept for the
Very complicated question. You will know when I do it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you much for being here. Thank you all the sponsors.
So we have another